Oh man, I had that muted that whole time. All right, we're gonna start this over here. All right, so this is Series 3, Episode 5, Mythosaur Skull from the Mandalorian lore. Has LED lights in the base, and it is just ready to get painted. I have most of it painted already for the skull, but thank you for stopping by Mind Drops. We're gonna hop right into this. All right, here it is. Few technical difficulties there, aside from getting used to doing this. All right, turn the music up. Not louder than my voice, though. All right, here we go. All right, so I already used this vintage white, so I think I want to go over it some more with the vintage white, and I want to put like a pearlish color on here, maybe a little bit more white instead of this vintage color, but I don't want to lose too much of the black in there. I am gonna try to do a dark wash on this, but I have some sealer I want to spray on it first before I do that when I get to that far. But so painting kind of like yesterday. Painted for 2 hours yesterday, and probably gonna be the same thing today. This is going to somebody though, so I'm kind of. This is my first thing I've ever made that is gonna actually be a sale. So, and it's for a coworker's son for his birthday. So I'm kind of excited. Never really sold anything I made, and also I get to learn more. And I get to share it all at the same time. I don't really want to cover up all of the black I already had on it, so I'm just kind of, I think I want to just kind of touch it up in a few spots and make it a little bit. Hey, how's it going, Elizabeth? Thanks for stopping by again. Figure this one is probably gonna be the last stream on this one, I hope. And I can start to dragon. But I don't want to give this any too short of work on it, though. I don't want to. It deserves all of it. This guy is super cool. You want to see how it lights up? I'll light it up here. This is the right battery. Where's the other battery? Oh, there it is. Oh. This thing is super cool. Hey Google, turn off the craft area. I'll just turn these off. Really quick here. There we go. I'm gonna turn the lights back on now. But yeah, it's super cool. Forget how many lights I got on. I think I got 3 or 4 lights here. But yeah, super cool. And now that I found out that it's going to somebody that's a little bit older, that'll be a little bit more appreciative. So I thought it was going to somebody that was younger, so I'm kind of more excited about that too. It's not just going to be thrown about. The guy's like 24 or so. Yeah, I don't want to lose too much of the undercolor I got there, the black. But I don't want to not have like enough of it look like bone too. Is the music too loud or anything? If I can turn it down, I can't tell what it is. I'll turn it down a little bit. I don't know what it sounds like on the other end. Yeah. So that was a pretty good night last night for work. Went by really quick. Want to get back here and work on something. Kind of got so many projects like in the works. I just want to work on them now. Past the planning phase for like 5 things. Get that dark there. The brush to be a little wet, a little drier. I know I'm going to go over it still with a little bit of a darker color in some of these spots, so I'm not really too worried about it, but a little part of me still is. I touched the wet paint too much. For what I thought about for this this guy, it turned out pretty good. Like for what was in my mind and getting it out onto clay, it's pretty much kind of what I wanted it to be. There's a couple things I wish I would have changed, but I think all in all, I'm pretty pleased with it. Really don't want to have too many like brush strokes. I want it to kind of still look like it's weathered bone. What's up, Mr. Bear? You want to get down? My bear spot. I like the little dimples in it. Makes it look more realistic. Like little pockets. Randomly. Yesterday I was watering it down a little bit. Maybe I need to do that today. Get it kind of milky. See if that helps a little bit. That helps a little. It's a little wetter, but gotta be able to work it around a little bit more. It takes a little longer for it to dry when you do that, though. But I don't really want to cover up all these spots. I like the black being in there. That's getting close to it up there. Oh, a little dry. Whoops. I got like a tickle in my throat. Maybe I need to get a drink. Maybe it's because this thing looks so dry. I'm imagining it's dry. But yeah.
Anything else?
Thanks, Mr. Grape and J Bear. Yeah, it's getting there. This one, I don't know how long it's gonna take for me to get these final touches on here. The base is just gonna be pretty simple. I'm just gonna do browns on it, make it look like dirt. But I want this to be a little bit drier when I come up here with this. There we go. It's a little better. I don't want it to be too wet when I try to add some of that white in there. Oh, like that. That's okay though. Yeah.
There's been an awakening. Have you felt it? Yes.
Yeah, it's gonna end up really cool when I'm done. I'm trying to put a lot into it, but at the same time, like, trying to not like overthink it too much, because I'm just trying to see where my abilities will go if I don't overthink it. That's kind of the reason why I do those mini ones, is I want to see, like, challenge myself, like, not thinking about it as much as just, oh, I got a plan, okay, do it. It's kind of how this one was too. And it's the first time I like talked to somebody and like kind of communicated what they wanted and what I could kind of do, and I don't know, it was kind of a different experience, I guess. Never really did any like commission work or anything like that. Never really kind of looked at myself as an artist. I just kind of, you know, just do my thing and try to see where it goes. Oh, that was a little bit too much paint. Let's wipe that off there. Not good. I don't want to get rid of a lot of the wear, the dark in it, the black in it. But then I don't want the white part to not look, you know, like bone, I guess, because the more white I add to the parts that are higher, the more it starts to look like bone when it dries. This vintage white is like perfect for a bone look. I can't believe how good that is. Dry up there, yeah. Cool. Just trying to make the white a little bit darker. Or I guess it'd be a little bit whiter, not darker. Bring it out a little bit more. I really hope that black wash over it will help that. I think before I do it though, I got some like acrylic paint sealer. I'm supposed to put on canvas paints. I think I might try to put some of that on here before I try to put any other stuff. I don't want to lose the paint I already did. I think when I do that, I'll end up starting the base and wait for it to dry. Come back to it. But probably was a little bit too much, but it's on the backside. Now I just gotta try to blend it enough to get rid of the paint strokes, because you can kind of see them still. I don't think you can really get away from it all the way unless you break out an airbrush. Eventually I'll do that, but I need to like make ventilation for that. I used it once and I didn't like not having it vented out the window. I'm gonna try to make something instead of buying something. I got some foam board and I want to get a fan, blow it out the window, little tiny one, see if it works. With a filter. Wow.
Dark side of the force is a pathway to many a
Okay. Now I think I wanna. I used some of that pearl yesterday on the little horns that were on the little orc. I don't want to do something similar on here, but I really don't want to lose all the dark, but maybe I should dilute it. See if I just dilute this on top of that, not put the white on it. Oh, wrong one. Put the paintbrush in the wrong cup. Alright, now we're gonna try to do this with the pearl and see if that brings that white out a little bit better. I'm thinking it will. And it looked pretty cool yesterday. I don't really need a whole lot of it. It's like got like a metal flake in it, kind of. But we're gonna use a smaller brush on that. I don't want too much of the paint. I almost want it to be like thin, like water almost. See if it still has that. Oh, it's still got that shine to it. This looks like. I might want to actually go over it with that white a little bit. Although, let's just see what it looks like. It's almost like translucent. I don't know if you can see that in the. Let me see if I can fix that lighting a little bit. Go to the other side. Oh, no, you really can't see it. I can see it really good. I think I'm just gonna go with it. Now when I do the dirtiness over it, it'll look really good. It doesn't have to be covering it all the way. I just gotta give it that little bit of that shine. I should have ran that battery to see how long it stays running for. I guess that actually does look alright with the once it's all the way on it compared to the other side. I guess you can kind of see it. I wonder if got a little bit more light. No. does look kind of neat, though I can see it. I'm gonna do it over here too. Yeah, I really getting excited about doing the dragon. I haven't done scales, and thought two-headed dragon would be kind of cool to do. I don't know if it's still called a dragon if it's two-headed, but I have like an idea what I want it to look like in my head, but and that's gonna be multiple pieces too because it's got to fit in my oven. It's gonna have to be gonna be like 20 inches tall. So it'll be my first time stepping into making a two-part one sculpture. I have some magnets I'm gonna try to put in it after it's set up. I wonder if the teeth should have some of this on it too. I don't know, what do you guys think? I think the teeth should have a little bit of this pearlness to it. Yeah. Maybe not, because then it would contrast the two different. I actually have some glow in the dark stuff I want to put on it too, but I haven't decided if I could get it on just the skull or if I should try and cover the whole thing with it. Yeah, you think I should put it on teeth? It would kind of step it apart a little bit. I mean, I don't know if the horns would be made by the same stuff that the teeth are. Maybe if I just do it a little thinner. Just to give it that little, like, metal flakiness. Let's see. I guess you can still see it on there. I usually have my my phone on and watching it through there because I can kind of see the lighting better through it. Because seeing it on my computer, it might be my, oh wow, I can actually see it on there. Yeah, I don't know what I was talking about. Yeah, you can really see it on there. Looks almost like chromey. See, like when I look at my computer screen, I can't see it like that. But yeah, I'm just gonna do it lightly, I think. Just on like the whitest parts. I don't know how much of a total oh yeah, okay. That looks alright with it. I didn't want it to be like as much as what the horns are. I want it to be just a little bit. Mr. Bear, you're licking my knee. Cat's licking my knee. I have pants on. Weird. Yeah, that really does. Yeah, we're in. Good idea, Mr. Bear. I need to make like an armrest for the edge of my desk. I have some material and some foam. I should make something. Cause I always put my elbows on the edge, and I end up getting like a crease in my arm, and it kind of hurts. Gotta be something I could make. You can't see that one as much on there as the. It's just slightly. But the horns look really good. That on there. All right, so that's getting really close. I almost just want to touch it up a little bit with some blacks and not even like wash it. I could probably just use a really fine brush and make it really thin paint. I have some pretty fine tip ends here. I'm gonna try that. Flat black. Just a little bit. Okay, if I just take this and go up some of these cracks. A little thicker. Yeah, that looks a lot better with that. Cracks painted a little bit. Man, it's a little time consuming, but I don't want it to be too thick either. Okay, I'm glad I got a good eye. Cheap paintbrush. Oh, cool. That's cool. Yeah, need to add stuff to paintings and stuff like that. I've done that a couple times. Like, I've watched some people do that too. That's neat. Cool. It's cool. Yeah, I think it looks a lot better with those lines painted in there. Yeah, I wonder what's up with that. Huh. What kind of creatures are you gonna put on it? Or is it just gonna come to you as you do it? This brush tip's so weird. It's a little thick, a little dark. I was thinking about trying to make a box for this too, like with like tag board kind of. It's kind of what I was thinking. Pixies, fairies, hummingbirds, and other things. Cool. That's cool. That'll be neat. It's always fun doing stuff creative. Says that somebody to somebody that has a paintbrush in their hand, you know? I don't want to ruin it too much. I think that might have been a little too much in there, but once I fill in this other side, it might look a little better. But try not to lose the regular cracks that I got in there. I don't want to add too much extra. Because there are quite a few in here. Oh, this is really relaxing from work. the end part down here is like the coolest part. I'm trying to still want to do like a wash, I think. And I think once I have all this stuff kind of build into it nice, that'll really take it a lot better. I'm just gonna go around the whole base part. Get this whole part all done down the bottom down here. I don't gotta worry about it. It's getting thinner. It's like a fine line where I want the paint to be to blend and not be too dark. And really, it really probably, nobody would probably notice if it wasn't right, you know? Considering I'm the one doing it, and it's my creation, right? Yeah, it does kind of, doesn't it? It has that, like, that look to it, like a deer skull. That's kind of what I was going for, too. Oh, cool. Boxing out some spots that you want to use to paint in. That's cool. Yeah, I'm not too great at painting, like pictures. Yeah, I can do it. I just not the greatest. I lose myself in it. I can't get what I want it to be like to come out. But for some reason, when I do this, I can. Go figure. I think it has to do with the object being there. I got this a little darker now. I can get this one a little better. Yeah, it's crazy how it's just black and white, but how detail it can actually have in it for just being black and white. I'd like to thank everybody in here watching for coming, checking out my stream. Really motivates me to keep doing this. I was kind of in a slump before I started streaming. Sometimes you just need a little push, you know. Get your art juices flowing. Now it's been like 2 months I've been doing this, and like It's almost became a routine. Even just that little bit of extra detail like that adds quite a bit. You wouldn't really think so, but even at a glance, you're like, oh, now it looks like there's like some sharper grooves in that part, and there's really nothing there. It's just paint. It's actually kind of cool. Kind of cool how it happens, you know. Trying to work my way up to the skull here. I really do want to paint the base. I kind of just want to get this thing done. Like although I'm gonna have to part with it, I kind of want to see what it looks like. I'm probably gonna end up having to make another one. And maybe if I make another one, I'll try to cast it. I can make copies then. Whoops. Check out my stuff over there. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good with the cracks in it. I think once it's on here. I don't think it looks like it's a bit much, but kind of does. Oh, that's not watered down enough at all. Yeah. Okay, I think I'm ready to move up. Move on up. Still think I might do the wash on it. Kind of debating. Once I get it painted up here and I see what it looks like, then I'm gonna kind of figure out what I'm gonna do. I think once I fill in some of this spots around in here where there's some cracks and stuff, I think then it'll really start to show, especially around the horn part. Even that part I just filled in already looks better, just having it darkened. Yeah. This is okay. So this has been now almost an hour, and I think I'm about halfway done with this guy. I mean, a little more than that. I want to say 2/3. I think I just gotta get this part all kind of squared away. Around the edge of the horns. And then just around the eyes. Wow, this thing's so cool. Definitely coming along. Definitely coming along. The base part, I'm not going to be too worried about it because it's just going to be like dirt. So maybe dirt, maybe like a little shininess around by where the crystals are, something like that. Yeah, it's definitely. Yeah, that's cool. The teeth with just a little bit of that shininess in there, I think, kind of makes it look good. Alright, so both the horns are done. Now we're going to go up here to the eyes. Ugh. Change my position. Oh. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. We don't want it to be like that. I'm gonna have to grab some white. Go back over that. The black was too watery, and it, like, just spread all over the place. I don't want that.
Anything else?
I don't worry about it so much, but it being like right in the middle of the forehead. We're not gonna fill that crack in.
There's been an awakening. Have you felt it? Yes. There's something more.
It's like way too watery.
There's been an awakening. Have you felt it? Yes. There's something more.
Definitely coming along here. I wouldn't have expected how good this looks. Like, kind of reminds me of a cartoon too, the way these lines are on here. Like Borderlands or something. I think those characters would be another cool thing to do. Okay, we got a little piece right there. Little one right here, little one right here. Make sure these kind of go over the edge like they show they do. Trying to have a steady hand. It's kind of tough. I don't want to have too much paint on at the same time when I only got one shot at it. Because sometimes my hand's not the steadiest. But I think it's getting better. Got, I almost think that this is just about done. A little bit of a edge inside of this part maybe, and get rid of some of the white that's there. Just kind of. Yeah, that's cool. Super cool. See something here really quick. Trying to be engaging. It's hard, especially when you're painting. What's going on here? Well, I think he's looking just about done. I'm just going to go back over and look at a couple more spots and a couple little things I might want to get along the edges here. Just kind of look a little bit more fuller, wore in. You can see these little ones in here. Like a little one right here. Little one right here. Yeah, before picture and after picture is awesome. I always try to do that too, because then you can kind of see where you started off, and then you can find out if it was the right direction. Yeah, so I think the skull is done. Oh, I didn't fill in any of these little spots. They're not as important. This piece, it's like the neck piece. I don't even know what that would look like on it. I had to like guess, make up my own thing. I really want to get in there. It's like it doesn't want to go. doesn't want to come off my brush in there. It's like I want to have a little bit of paint on it, and the little bit of paint I want on it doesn't want to come off. Whatever. Whatever. Alright, I think that part's about done. Set it aside there. Well, actually, I'm gonna admire it for a second. Oh, if I want to paint. Yeah, I want to say it looks cool. Spray that spray on it. I don't really know if I want to put that glow in the dark stuff on it, because maybe I'll just put the glow in the dark stuff on the crystals, so they'll stay glowing after it lights up. Time is it? 10:30, huh? Okay, so those brushes are gonna get rinsed off. I think I need the bigger one though. I even used the bigger one. Bigger. This might work. Then it's gonna be pretty much brown. I think I might just cover it with some coffee beans. And then here's a dark brown too. I'll put them next to each other. Oh, this is a nutmeg brown. See what that does. It's a lot thinner. But I think once we get the base going here, kind of this will start getting life to it. We're just gonna go quick about it and just cover it all, and then get close to the crystals when I get more of it painted. It's a lot to paint. It's a big area. Plus it's all got like texture to it, so it's gonna take a minute to get it in there. But I think if I go through and add different colors in different spots. My dog wants to go outside. Yeah? I'll be right back. 1 second. Oh, you want some food, Jason? Or you want to go outside?
Cold cage of glass, the prison, the reward. As the moments pass, not a single breeze that could reach me to make it feel like any of this is meant to be real. So fake, now that I could take what I adored. Could I be both the queen and the slave? What you gave guess to fill. Queen of the shades. I need a jar of pills to play your charades. And the stream flows strong, reflection fades. I lose myself in the midnight haze. All things gone wrong, I can't erase. I don't belong.
I'm back now. Had to go to the bathroom too since I let her out. I might as well go to the bathroom at the same time. The animals gotta go out. Sometimes you gotta go, you know.
That could reach me to make it feel like any of this is meant to be real. So fake. Now that I could take what I adore.
I think I might just try to do details as I go. Probably be easier. I gotta go back and forth. This is just a matte coffee bean. I think this one is a matte finish. I seem to like the matte finishes more on clay. I just think it, I don't know, it makes it look better, I think. Pretty much just gonna get up in there. I don't want to cover too much of the actual crystal. I think maybe if I paint the glow in the dark on the crystals, it'll look like they're glowing after they're turned off. I don't know, I think that might give it a cool effect. Like a kyber crystal afterglow or something. Oh. Oh. I already touched it a couple times. This brush doesn't got the greatest tip on it. I guess I could have tried to get a better one. But all the other ones are so small, I don't want to sit and try to fight it to get it on there, you know. I just want to paint it. I wonder if it would help if I gave myself a drop of water there. These paints seem to glow better when they're a little bit wetter. Better when they're a little bit wetter. How much the color will change, but I guess this is dirt, so it won't really matter. I wish this part wasn't going to be so tedious. But I think all of it kind of, it's not really tedious. You just gotta get some patience. I mean, I have them, but sometimes I don't understand where it comes from. Maybe it's just I need to slow things down sometimes. That's where my patience lie. I think I might just paint around them first. Get that part out of the way. I covered this one a little bit with some, hoping it would like block some of the light, but it really didn't do much. It's so bright there that just painting away, you know. Pretty just chugging away, you know. It's gonna be cool when it's done. I always try to keep that in my mind. Keeps me going. Gonna be cool when it's done. And when I'm done with it, I'm usually like, whoa, I made that? Whoa, that's crazy. At least I can kind of get in there without worrying too much about touching it in this spot. It's got kind of a ledge in there that doesn't even touch it. What if I turn it upside down? Get in there a little bit better. Why, yes. It's all about perspective. Trying to work slow around the edges. Doesn't seem to lose the color when it's wet to when it's dry. Okay, let's get another crystal surrounded. Sometimes I don't sit proper. Yeah, I really want to get this finished today. I think I should be able to get this finished today. I don't think it... Man... It's coming along. That part's done. Still contemplating if I want to do a wash on it. I'm actually pretty pleased with how it looks. So it's like, if I do any more to it, I might end up taking away what I already like. It's one thing I'm really learning is when to stop something and when to stop looking at it. Like, that's the hardest part about doing any art. Don't creep yourself out. I'm not too good at painting eyes. Tried it a couple times. I always, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. They look funny to me. Oh, that one was surrounded. Oh, these ones up here gotta get surrounded. Gotta make sure I got enough paint. I wonder how translucent that pearl color actually is. I could put it over the crystals and make them look shiny, or if I can use, I got a couple like color shifting paints, but they're not, I don't have a white one. I want to keep them like a white color. I think maybe if I just go over it with that glow in the dark and then kind of like highlight the edges with like a black or something on the crystals. I think that'll make it look alright. It looks kind of funny when we just paint around these, but since it's just a base color, the color itself is just a base color, I might as well, dang it, might as well go around and try to fill in what I can. So then I can kind of go a little faster with the other parts. There we go, it's a little bit better. Get the little spots. You can't really see it, but you can, like up close. Trying to be professional here. Yeah, me too. And I enjoy always creating things, thinking and about next projects and creative mind, creative person. Yeah. I think it will if I put the hard edges on the edges that I see, or just make some hard edges out of it. I think that'll give it more of a look. I know the other crystal thing I made, I put like white on the edges just to see what it looked like, but then I ended up blowing out the lights, so I ended up picking it apart. But I'm waiting to paint that stuff because this stuff needs to match. I'm getting so excited. I'm getting closer to doing that project now. Honestly, I just created other projects to do between it so I could procrastinate to get to it. So I wasn't just being lazy about doing it, or just wasn't just doing one project or whatever. Create procrastination with other projects. I don't know how that really works, but I think I did it to myself. Yeah, I have a hard time finding other people that are creative and have art that they do and stuff. Like, I always ask people what they do for fun or whatever, and everybody always just says they do work. I don't know. Just to me, it just, I have to do that regardless. Gonna have to go to work. I want to do something else. My time. This one's almost surrounded with the coffee bean. I really like the bean, the coffee bean. Alright, so that one's done there. Now I'm just gonna touch up the back side of this one because I already pretty much got this one touched up. It's crazy how you gotta work the tip of the brush to, like, you can't force it. I think it's one of the main mistakes people make when they paint, or even anything when you sculpt them with tools, like putting too much force or trying like with an edge too much, not letting the tool do the work can really be a detriment sometimes. I mean, they're shaped for a reason, or sizes for a reason. Now, you might think that you were better back then, but maybe you're holding yourself back now. All the stuff you learn now in your life. I think we kind of put blocks on ourselves sometimes from being able to do some of the things we think we can do. But it's more of a confidence thing. Like, literally, I would have never done this before until I realized that I was not doing my art and I needed motivation. I normally would not want to be putting myself out there, per se. But I wasn't being motivated, and I don't know. I have some other goals I want to get to at some point, and never going to get to them if I don't do these first things first. I should turn this on. See how long the battery lasts for. Yeah, this is pretty cool. I'm glad I'm getting around all this stuff right now. Just decide it doesn't matter on that spot. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take a dry brush and try to get rid of that paint that's in there. Did it a couple times, a couple dry brushes. Kind of worked. Somewhat. Alright, so that's pretty much surrounded. I can get a bigger brush in there. Yeah. Looks kind of like a face, two eyes, and a mouth. Okay, here's the bigger brush now. Nope. I'm pretty much just gonna do a quick coat. I'm gonna do this rock in the front a different color. I think this too, once I get some paint on it and gets covered, it'll really start looking better. And then I can kind of do a trial with how I want the ground to look for my dragon and knight stuff. Kind of one of the reasons why I was starting the dragon right away is because then I can get a little more knowledge in some of the other things I want to do for it. Yeah, we can be the worst critics, for sure. It's one of the reasons why I didn't finish a lot of my stuff. Or now I started being like, well, if I'm gonna sit and critique it this whole time, I might as well make a decision at some point and finish some of my projects. And then make it a little bit then I can learn and I can keep growing instead of me sitting there thinking that I need to contemplate all this stuff. That was kind of why I do those little things, because if you only got 3 or 4 hours to do something, 3 hours to do something, and then you tend to like make your decision quicker, and then you kind of stay with your plan a little bit more, where if you're just like open-winded, like this was open, I wanted to get done like 8 hours. I think it's just going on like it's like 10 now or so, give or take. But that's what happens, you know? Like you think it's gonna be shorter and actually it's not. Yeah, me too. Yeah, I usually step away. That's why I just jump on projects around. It's because another perspective. You know, every Monday having the mini things doing that, which I didn't do a sculpt yet for the thing I want to do for that. But it like makes you make decisions a little bit faster and make you be more confident in your choices, and kind of weird how that works. Like doing some of those things that put you vulnerable actually makes you learn so much. Oh, I don't want to do that. Gonna need more of that coffee bean. Sure, it's gonna be the base color. Yeah, I like to stop some of my projects and go for a walk too and think about things. That helps sometimes too, just to get away from what you're working on. And my dog likes it. She likes walks. kind of using the watered down paint again, because it spreads on it so much better. I'm just leaving the lights on because I'm kind of curious how long, if the batteries will die in this time, the battery will die in this time that I'm doing this. I'm just kind of curious. Oh. Getting this done. It's almost there. I think that get this coat on here, do a couple more detailed colors. I got 2 other colors setting aside. Then I think that I don't think I have to do too much to this ground. I mean, added some texture layer color to it, but the texture kind of does it itself for it, you know. I don't know why I'm spinning it when I could just have it on here. Okay. That's the reason why I got it. Yeah, same here. Hours go by so quick. Yeah, it's crazy how you can kind of get into the moment. And that's the reason why I like art or music, or like not so much. Well, music for me is not so much writing music; it's the playing it back. I have a hard time writing songs. Like some of the music on here is like songs that are written, and some of it's like either loops that I haven't put arranged, or it's actual just sounds sitting there that I'm programming. And I find it more interesting to be abstract and not follow like a set rule when I try to play music. I find it more free, and it's kind of the same way with. I feel like I get into a moment and I don't realize what's going on. Just like when I'm doing this sometimes, I don't realize that, wow, 2 hours went by already. You know, like right now it's at hour and 45 minutes went by already. You know, like I don't even feel like that long went by. And I like sharing it because I also want other people to see how long some of this art takes. Because some people I don't think appreciate somebody doing art and realize that it's actually something that took hours of time, you know. Or other people don't know that it's going to take hours of time, so when they start doing something, they get discouraged right away and they stop, and they don't really realize that, hey, that actually is going to take me 15 hours or 30 hours or, you know, whatever it takes, you know what I mean? Like, it's kind of the only reason why I really want to do my art and show it, is like, look how long this takes and look what you can do, and I can do it, you can do it, you know. I'm nobody. And we can do so much more than what we really know, you know, or what we limit ourselves to. Like a year ago, I didn't think I would be sculpting. Maybe a little more than a year ago. I mean, you never know where it takes you, you know? And sometimes it just takes you away, you know? Like, you get to be in your head, but not be in your head, you know? You're not dealing with any of the other things that are external, you know, like, or even internal. You're just doing what's right there, you know? Sorry to ramble some. Just my thoughts on that kind of stuff, you know? Guess I'm kind of here to ramble, anyways. Oh, this is really turning out. Even though it's just one color painted over it, like, just like the skull, doing the white first, or doing the black first, and doing the white over it, really gives it some character. You didn't see it first, and all of a sudden you're like, whoa, there it is. Now I see how it looks better. I'm just doing kind of a haphazard job inside of there. It doesn't really have to be it's just inside of the hole here where the battery's gonna go. It's so hard to get in there. Come on, get over here. Alright, perhaps go around the base here again really quick. Just to get that wood really likes to suck in this acrylic paint. I can kind of go around and find some more of the spots I need to fill in before I retire this color. But it doesn't really even matter. Anyways. Yeah. Well, that's the first layer of brown on here. You can see where my finger was holding that whole time. There's a little cracking going on there. That was when it baked. I wonder if I can get enough paint in there to fill it. You won't even see it. Yeah, that'd be fine. You won't even be able to see it. Alright, now we got that color is pretty much done. I like how acrylic paints just kind of clean off really easy too. Never really cared for using them before. I always used oil paints. Ooh. want to thank everybody for stopping in here and watching me. That's in here. Appreciate it. It kind of nice doing this when there's people around. Kind of makes you not feel so alone while you're doing the art stuff, you know. This is kind of a lighter color. I wonder if I should maybe like just kind of hit the tops of stuff a little bit. Just kind of brush it on it like lightly. This isn't got to be too detailed for this part, you know. I think I might still take a little bit of some of that watered down black color and still fill in some of the cracks and stuff. Or maybe I should try to do a wash on the base. Still a little apprehensive about doing that. Because it can either ruin it or make it cool. This one a little bit lighter over here. Some sand or something. Sand or something right there. It's already got a good texture to it. So just kind of going on top of it and giving it a little bit more. It doesn't really even have to be at a specific area, you know, like just randomly put it on there and you kind of start getting an area that it would possibly kind of look like there's like a crease here. Well, maybe I want to put this part a little bit lighter. This part right here, I'll just plop a little bit on top of that. Isn't there like a darker brown? Oh, it's not so much a matte though. It's more of a satin finish. Maybe I should try and change the exposure a little bit. Make it any better. Let's see here. Oh, it's a little bit. Alright, so now I think I maybe have like a linen coffee latte. It's gotta be a good color if it's coffee latte. A little bit lighter here. We're gonna kind of blend this together with this other color. Make a weird combination of the two. Yeah. The base painting is kind of nah. I actually might have time to start my next thing today. For the Discord group I'm in. Yeah, it's turning out pretty good. Just a little. Just a little bit on the back side of that one I don't like. But not much I can do about it. Just gonna let that dry for a second there. Almost think it needs to be a little darker. Oh, maybe once I add some of the... Maybe I'll try to do like a wash. Huh. Well, I have a couple ways I can go about doing it. I think I want to wait for it to dry a little. I have... But I really don't want to ruin it. So part of me just really worried about ruining it. Just said pretty much to dilute it down. That's all. And I'll grab another paper towel because I want to have a paper towel handy for this part. Yeah, just be a little more. All right. Grab a paper towel. I need to have a paper towel dispenser over here. Sometimes you don't know exactly what you need until you start setting yourself up with this stuff. I'm just gonna go over it with just a little bit just to see if it'll change it at all. Go over it like this. I know it looks bad. Looks bad. But yeah. I'm gonna not do that. Not with that part. I feel like that might not be the best course to do with that part of that. Yeah, I'm not happy about that. Not happy at all. Yeah, we don't want to mess that up too much. No, we don't want to mess it up too much. This part, I'm not so worried about. Yeah, we're just gonna do that in this part. I'm not too worried about it. It's just the base. You know, no, it's gonna have like a black texture in all the texture, but not so much on the outside of it. And you just kind of dab it off a little bit. And now I got some stuff in these grooves that I didn't have before. Oh, that's a little wet down there still. Now I can take a bigger brush that's dry. Maybe spread it out a little bit. Yeah, it looks way better having that the dark in there. I don't know if that helps a little. I guess you can see that, I guess. The amount of black that in the grain versus down there, up there. Yeah, I think that makes it look way better. Oh, I think she wants back in now. Hold on. Oh, got the starter for the lawnmower in the mail. That's what that was about. Yeah, trying to get it to look that way. I think the effect is working. I'm hoping that this will give me some practice for the bigger project, you know? Like, it does have a good rock look to it. And just crazy how aluminum foil balls can do that, you know? Like, just... And then you add a little bit of depth to it with the color. It just... It's crazy.
Now you want to kiss me. Blow.
The little things that you find out that change everything when it's just a subtle thing is just crazy. Even just this dirtiness around the rocks and stuff. Like, it would suck to try to paint that in there, but you just water down your paint a little bit and it's gonna put the paint in there for you. The pigment in there. I mean, you're not gonna cover a lot with it, but the pigment's what you want, and then it'll fill in all these little grooves and cracks. And it'll give you a depth that you didn't have there. I mean, it doesn't look like it's really a whole lot, but I could do this really quick and then go on it afterwards again, and it'll really, really stick out. And try to get emphasis on these bigger cracks in here, like this right here. Like, the more I just kind of let the water do its work, it'll look more like there's grain to it, you know? It's like you learn these little techniques and little fundamentals that make your work so much easier, but now it looks like 10 times more work than what you actually did. I've watched a lot of people streaming stuff, or not streaming stuff, but making videos of stuff and tutorials, and I seen how they were doing it, and it's like, wow, it's not really that tough to try to figure out different techniques to make, you know, rings, to, you know, scales, to small abstract things can make something look more detailed that isn't abstract, you know? cool watching or going through the process and seeing it like kind of unfold in front of me. It's really cool. I think that's why I like the sculpting so much, is like I get to see it as it's like forming in front of me and put my fingers on it. And yeah, like all this stuff in here, I would never get that detail in it if it wasn't for that. Like, it just looks so cool. And eventually the water's going to dry anyway, so and you're just going to have that texture left. I mean, like the stuff up here I did already is already dry. And I think the more as I go along and make more sculpts and learn these techniques, they'll become a little more perfected to where, oh, I can use a different color and do the same thing, and it'll do this time, you know. Yeah, so a little over 2 hours today, and I got this thing all painted up, almost. Has a good basic structure to it. I think it looks cool. Oh, I gotta paint in there still again. It doesn't look quite up to snuff. I don't want it to. What color was that? Coffee bean. Coffee bean. The wood doesn't take the paint very good, and I forgot that you have to do at least 2 coats. Good thing it was just the same base coat, you know, color from before. Not that you'd really even notice it, considering it is dirt, but or is on the dirt part. I might even change out the plug I put on there, because I don't like the quality of it. Looks like it might end up breaking. Oh, it already did. Yeah, good thing I thought of that. I'll just use some shrink on it, and yeah. I'm glad I seen it. Noticed it now before I gave it to him. I kind of had it in my mind already, so I had ordered them before I did this, when I was making my crystal piece for the dragon sculpture. The one I had for that was kind of the same way. I don't know how many more things I'm gonna make with LEDs in them, so I figure I'd get a pack of 20 of them things. Peeling some of the paint off back here. Not quite dry enough. Yeah, even the spots where it's like a different color, a brown, when you do this wash over it, that part sticks out, and you can see it a little bit more, like the lighter and darker. Yeah, dude should like this. I said before, if I was getting it, I'd be happy. I'm a huge Star Wars, Mandalorian fan, and Boba Fett fan, and I would definitely like this if I was getting it. So my mini challenge this time is to do something mechanical, and Haven't even started it yet. I was thinking about doing like a Cheshire cat with half of it being like gears, half its face, like steampunk. But that wasn't really resonating with me yet. Yeah, this makes it look like it's real dirt. Blows my mind. And again, I amaze myself all the time when it comes to this stuff. The costume I'm making is pretty cool too. Thing looks really cool now. Next non-craft project's gonna be fixing the starter in the lawnmower. That's gonna be fun. I think the base is pretty much done. Just try to get it to match with the other side over the rim. Yeah, that's that part. Now I think I'm gonna do the glow in the dark part on the crystals. What brushes do I want to use here? Ugh. This one might be fine. I know this stuff doesn't come out very bright, but I don't think it'll change too much of the color of the crystals if I use it. I'm just gonna try it on one of the top ones first. Up here. I think it actually kind of dries clear. even if it doesn't, and it just gives it that little bit on the edges of it glowing, I think that might even be a cool enough effect. Check the battery out. Oh yeah, 'cause connectors came off it. I don't know if this will even give me the effect I want. It probably won't. If I just went around it like I more or less just want to put this on there, get it to have like a little bit of it, the glow in the dark stuff. If it does anything, it does anything, whatever. But then I'll go over the corners with like a little bit of a black or something. I don't really think this stuff's really gonna glow too much anyways. I think you gotta get it on pretty thick. I don't really feel like putting it on that thick. So if it does it, it does it. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Be cool if it did. Oh, I might be able to do another layer on there. don't know how much it's really gonna show up still. Might as well, right? I mean, I'm already doing it. Okay, let's get this one painted down here first, and then we'll go back up there. Oh man, starting to ache my back a little. It starts to twisting and bending, and just the nature of doing it, you know, just kind of. Okay, now I'm gonna try to do another little tiny coat up here. Still pretty wet in there. Yeah, it's a long process to do this.
The dark side of the Force is a pathway to many abilities some consider to be unnatural.
Oh man. Oh, in between my shoulder blades. Yeah, you see, you can't even really see that glow in the dark stuff. I mean, you can a little bit, but you can't see it very much. That's about, that's about all that. Now, I kind of want to do something similar. The wash, but, or not the wash, but similar to it. Even just going over the edges a little bit, kind of like makes them stick out just some. Yeah, like that's a little bit too wet still, I think. Some consider to be unnatural. think I need to make some more new music. Just gonna do it anyways. Neighbors are mowing already. Good thing I got a starter. They mow a lot. Huh. See, I knew some of these had like a groove in them. I don't know put in a minute. It's easy to have that follow the groove. Yeah. Dry brush here for a second. Or much better wash would be that I made. Oh, sorry if that's like right in your ear or something. I feel like that one had like grooves in it, where this one over here doesn't really have any grooves in it. So you gotta kind of have it just a little bit thicker. And you gotta wipe it off. Didn't work out quite how I wanted it. No crystal is alike. really is coming along. I think she's almost done. Like, really. I might want to drop a little bit more down on this little spot. Oh yeah, I remember the other spot I was thinking, right in here. But I want to kind of just catch the edge of it. All right, I think that base is done now. I think that turned out nice. I don't want to put the skull on it yet, but I think the skull turned out pretty nice too.
First you want to kill me, now you want to kiss me. Blow.
Seems like it gets about done for the day. Although I think I need to fix that wire thing there. Make sure that that's not going to be an issue. Few things I can use on it.
I am a slave. I am a slave.
I think the straight one is the better one than the curved one. Some shrink. Not gonna solder it. I just don't feel like getting all that all out. These two wires should be able to wrap around each other. Let's bring it over here.
First you want to kill me,
Try to fix
now
it.
you want to kiss me.
Blow.
Blow.
I am a slave. I am a slave.
Almost done.
I am a slave. I am a slave.
I don't want to. Kind of a bad angle in there. I don't want to burn the sculpture, but I got to get this wire melted. I'm also gonna have to use a shrink wrap. Maybe I'll actually use the gun for the shrink wrap. I don't know. But for 10 or 11 hours, I think that this guy turned out pretty cool. This shrink wire will be thick enough to get over this other wire. Wire's so thick. Yeah, it's not gonna. I need the thicker ones. Cut these bad boys down. Red. Block. Yeah. Noontime. Well, for me, it's noontime. I don't know where everybody else is at. Thank you. Yeah, it turned out pretty good. I'm pretty pleased with it. I think the recipient of it will like it. At least I hope. Since it's the first time I'm releasing something to somebody, I'm kind of a little nervous about it. I don't know why I should be, but I think it's just kind of one of those things. Like, I never gotten rid of my art any other way than just giving it away. So definitely be a weird experience, I think, just in general. Let me use the heat gun. I made a little heat gun holster. Yeah, I hope he does. I feel like I put a lot of work into it. I'm gonna mute me out here for a second. Yeah, I accidentally melted the wire a little bit right here. Kind of disappointing. I don't think I can get into that now because I melted it. I think I could probably just take a little piece of electrical tape maybe and wrap it up, maybe all the way up. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. I think that'll make up for it, I think. I think it will. You never know. But I know I don't want to have that wire looking like it's exposed. My phone died on me. Just gonna cut a couple little squares here because it's kind of a small piece to get in there. Just gonna do it like this. And keep the wires together too, so they don't flop all around. Definitely is coming along. Really pleased with it. The duration it took to do it, I think is pretty good. I think it was right around 10 to 12 hours. I think that for what it is, that's a good time. If it would have been me like a year ago doing it, I probably still wouldn't even be halfway done with it. Would have been procrastinating, or I would have been not making a decision. So I feel like I accomplished some of my goals with this project. I'm a little more comfortable streaming now. I got another project under my fingers, out of my mind. And that will be it. Let's see now. Better work. Phew. Let's see. Okay, I think it looks alright with the little dinginess to them. Now let's see. I don't think they'll glow. I don't think they'll glow. I'm not counting on it. But right, here it is. On the Lazy Susan, even. Alright, this is the finished product. I'm gonna go and try to get the camera to be a little bit clearer. Focus. Alright, here we go. It's looking pretty good. I'm pretty pleased with how it turned out. And this is another project done on minddrops. Try to be here every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday for at least 2 to 3 hours. Start at 9 o'clock, maybe 9:30 till usually noon. The next project I'll be working on will be something new, totally new. Hopefully the new one is definitely going to be the dragon. Hopefully it turns out. But so I'm hoping that Thursday I can get on it, start the dragon. It's going to be an armature build and some figuring out on how it's going to go together for the two pieces for the neck, the dragon. But this Mythosaur skull is done. Definitely was a good project. I appreciate all of you coming in here and watching me. Staying for as long as you have. I greatly appreciate it. It's been a journey. So I'm gonna head out of here now. You all have a great day. Oh, that's really bright. Thank you very much. See ya.